Okay, so now I have uploaded also in Canvas a file from SPSS that it's called data clean. So also to reduce confusion or any mistakes, if you want, you can start from that database and move forward from there. Or if you are doing your own calculations, just make sure that you have the same as I do because we want to avoid any confusion. So after we put the data from Excel to SPSS, now we need to do something new. We need to do, we will now calculate the internal validity of our variables. And to do that, we will calculate the Cronbach alpha. So let me show you how to do it. It's actually very easy. If you click on Analyze here in SPSS, and then you go to scale, you will find reliability analysis. Ah, no, sorry, I'm in the wrong one. It should be, no, yeah, I'm correct. It's this one, reliability analysis. So it's in analyze, uh, scale, and reliability analysis. And what we are going to do is to go variable by variable, testing if we can combine the four questions into one single variable. Because we ask happiness 4 times with 4 different questions, we want to make sure that if we calculate the average of these questions, we actually capture happiness. So we want to show that. If you remember from the quant lecture, you will know about this. So select the four happiness and move them here in items and then click OK. Make sure that here it says alpha and then OK. Blue. Then it comes. This is the number that you want to check, Cronbach alpha. Usually, I think zero point 0.6 is the ideal. Zero point 0.5 it's still acceptable, I would say, but I think below zero point 0.5 it's not the ideal. I think below zero point 0.5 we can be at risk. I think in the lecture I mentioned zero point 0.6, it's the ideal. I mean, that's the ideal. Zero point 0.5, I mean, you are over there. But if it's zero point 0.4, zero point 0.3, that's very low. I think we have an issue. For happiness, we don't have any issue. So that's good for the people who are doing happiness. The four questions are working. So then you can actually update what you didn't work in the lab one. You remember you didn't write the Cronbach alpha. So now you can actually do it. Check. You can write the Cronbach alpha was calculated and it was 0.748. So do it, maybe just update that number because you will need that in your final assignment. So update that from lab 1. Let's do it for the other variables. Remove happiness, take them out, and then move sustain socially responsible investment. And it's also fine, 0.686. It's above 6, it's fine. And now we will do sustainable consumer behavior. And here is, I already did the calculations and we have an issue with this variable. If we click OK, look, it's very low. It's in the borderline with the 0.5, but I think it's not good. I think we can be criticized if we allow it to move forward. So what we are going to do, and I think it's a good pedagogical exercise, is that I will show you how to fix it. And it's actually very easy. And if you remember the pre-recorded lecture, we did it. So what we will do is try to remove variables and see what happens if it improves or not. Let's remove this one, the number 3. I will remove it. So for that one, then you click OK. If we remove it, we improve to 0.552. I think I made the test already with all the different combinations, and this is the best combination. If you do it different, you will get it even worse. So I think that what we should do is take some note, write somewhere, that for sustainable consumer behavior, the question 3 doesn't work. It makes things worse. So remove that one, sustainable consumer behavior 3. We are not going to use it. Just take a note. I will explain how we're going to solve that. So, and then we remove it, and then you can do everything else. Global mindset, and then okay. 0.743. I think there is another one. I can't remember which one it is. Maybe it's which one it is. Attitude. Then is this one? Yeah, this one, I think this one is a bit low, 0.587. I think we can keep it. I mean, like it's not zero point 0.6, which will be the ideal, but it's not far and it's above zero point 0.5. I think we can keep it. We can keep the 5 questions for attitudes for sustainability, for socially responsible investment attitudes. So we can keep that one. Uh, so after you do all of these things, I'm not going to do everything, but you do all of this. I already did it, and I think the only one that is problematic is the sustainable consumer behavior. So after you do all of that and you make sure that all the Cronbach alphas are fine, what you are going to do now is to calculate the average, but you don't need to calculate the average in Excel. You don't need to come back. You can do it here. Go to transform and then click on compute variable and then write the target variable. This will be the outcome of the calculation. So let's write half without the number because what we want to do now is to do the average or calculate the average of all the happiness. And why am I including all the happiness? It's because it works. That's why I did the Chromebook Alpha first. I calculated. I'm sure that it works because it's avoid zero point 0.6. So I can use the 4 questions to calculate the average. So hap 1 plus hap 2 plus hap 3 plus hap 4. All of this with the parentheses divided by 4. And then you click OK. If you check your data set in SPSS, you will find a new variable, the variable hub, which is actually the average of hub 1, 2, and 3, and 4. You can see it's there. I mean, you can also do it in Excel and then copy paste here. I mean, you can do whatever you want, but I mean, maybe that you can also learn that you can do it like this. You can, then the next thing you can also do SRI. So the same thing, but with, I what am I doing? I think it's working. Okay. SRI1 plus SRI2 plus SRI3 plus SRI4. Everything over 5, it's going to work. Yeah, here it is. And then pay attention to this. I'm going to do the sustainable consumer behavior. But do you remember that in that variable, the question number 3 didn't work because it was creating some issues? So what I'm going to do is to include only SCB1, SCB2, SCB4, not 3, and then divide by 3. So I will calculate the average, but without the 3 because the 3 is problematic. And then I click OK. There it is, sustainable consumer behavior. And I just keep doing it again and again and again. Now with the global mindset is not an issue. So I guess global mindset will be DMS1 plus, well, you can click or you can write DMS2, DMS3, DMS4, this divided by 4. And then okay. And then you have it here. So just do it like that. I think I will maybe stop the video in here because otherwise it can be too much. And then in the next video, we will start doing more analysis. I think this was our first test with the Chromebook Alpha and calculating the averages. In the next video, we will start with descriptives and correlation.